I'm Tiffany Souter, entrepreneur, wife, mom to 4 girls, and a woman figuring it out just like you. If you're tired of living a life of have to and finally ready to build a life of want to, then you're in the right place. Come on, let's go build your life of and. Look, ladies, if you have been saying to yourself, I really should outsource my laundry, and still have not tried, this episode is for you. Because we're going to do a download with a real human being not named Tiffany. Caitlin Bond is joining me to talk about what it actually looks like to outsource your laundry.
It's the best thing I've ever done.
Yes. So Caitlin is going to walk us through this because you guys, I know I tell you all the time to outsource your laundry. It's my number one tip to get a bunch of hours back. And Caitlin has been doing it for how long?
Probably 3 months.
Yeah. So kind of new, but you're never going back?
Never.
So I asked her if she'd come on and share her experience with you so that you guys can hear from somebody not named me what life is like not doing your laundry, and also walk really realistically through some of the fears and stuff that was like in your head of like, am I really going to put my stuff in a bag and send it to a stranger and have them hopefully bring it back to me? So that's what we're talking about today. Caitlin, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, let's do like just a quick kind of backdrop on who you are, just so that people can get an idea of like what your working professional mom life looks like. And then we'll jump into like the laundress part of it all.
Okay, so I'm a mom. I'm 37. Yeah, I think so. Age is, I guess, somewhat important. I'm married, and then I have a 6-year-old son. He's getting into baseball. We're always, on the go. I mean, again, I feel like I always say things are crazy, but I don't remember a time that they weren't crazy anymore. I am a marketing operations manager for a heating and cooling distributor located here in the Indianapolis area. But I cover 58 locations. My husband travels. He's been in retail management for 20 years. So we are both, we travel a lot. We've got a son who's active, and I don't have any siblings. He doesn't. We are fortunate enough to have my parents close. But for the most part, we're just trying to keep things going on a daily basis.
And work from home, go to the office. What does that look like?
Yes. So I do work from home, but like I said, I travel as well. So, having 58 locations, I handle all of our store events, store operations. So I can go as far west as Iowa, as far south as Alabama, and as far east as Pittsburgh. So I have a big stretch that I cover. But again, for the most part, I've been working remotely for 6 years. So full time, I always say I worked from home before COVID made it cool. So, but yeah. And then my husband, whenever he's not traveling, he's home. Like this morning, he got up and he left at 5 a.m. and he's in Iowa all week. So single working mom at this week. And, it's summertime with a 6-year-old. So there's a lot of things going on.
So, okay, let's talk about the laundry thing, and then we'll get into just Caitlin's hilarious, which is odd pressure on a podcast because people are like, okay, I hope I laugh. But what made you even, I don't actually remember the preamble to you being like, I think I'm actually going to try this laundry thing. Or was it when I sent you a thing and I was like, I'm telling you, do this?
Yes. So you always used to recommend another company and you're like, hey, there's actually somebody local. I'm going to hook you up with her and just try it out. Because I always listen to Tiffany talk about this and I'm like, you know what? I am in a different tax bracket. Like this is just not in my realm. I work hard, but I'm like, that just does not seem like something, sitting down and putting a pen to paper for a budget. It just didn't make sense to me. Like I felt like I could allocate my money a different way.
But did you think that before you knew how much it was going to cost?
I think I did. I think I also thought it was just a rich people thing. Like I think of the movies, and they have like somebody drop their laundry off at the door, and I've learned
there's like a butler that needs to be there to collect it.
Yes. And it's funny. We were actually just in Las Vegas. Big Hilton girl. I stayed at the Waldorf and there was a butler's dry clean closet. It was like a valet for your laundry. I'm like, okay, this is the whole thing. But that's in my head, that's what laundry service was, knock twice and pick up. Or one of my favorite movies, The Devil Wears Prada, take the book to the table. Do not go anywhere else. Put the dry cleaning there. Like that's in my head, that's what it was. But we did the first code that you hooked me up. It was incredible. Like I get this bag and I put everything I can think of in this bag. She has 2 different weight capacities, 25 pounds, 45. But in this 25-pound bag, anything that I can put in it will come back clean. I'm like, there's got to be a catch. Like, I'm the girl, I have nice things, so I want to wash them and hang them to dry and, put them the right way. So it was kind of a control thing, to be able to just like, okay, this might come back the way I do it. It may not, or things going to come back, like an extra small, like a crop top, look like I'm wearing one of my son's shirts. But it wasn't. It was amazing. And it was life-changing. And after that first week, I was like, I'm never doing this again. Like, I am shipping all of my laundry off on a weekly basis. And it's silly how a laundry pickup has so many other like mental, I don't even know what to call them, just like how it changes things mentally for me. Because on Sunday, I'd always be like, oh, well, I've got to do this. I've got to do this. Like, Sunday scaries. I got to make sure I have everything ready to go. And, prepping, I've got, the plan, I make my calendar. So, our plan, family figuring everything out. And it's just knowing that I don't have to figure out time to, I have to run home so I can start this load. And we got to be back home in like 45 minutes to an hour so I can flip it. Because if you slow down that schedule, it pushes everything back and then you're just, you're screwed from there. So knowing that I can see that basket and A, it does not give me incredible anxiety. And B, that moment that I fill it all up in that bag and that basket is empty, it's like mind blowing. It's crazy. And even something so little, I mean, this is kind of embarrassing to my older self, but I didn't realize like cleaning sheets was a regular thing when I was in college. It's kind of gross. But, I'm learning in my adult years, having the second set of sheets, so
Did you have a second set before you sent them out?
No.
Yes.
But I'm like.
Because it sets up essentially a process trigger.
It does.
Like if I'm going to send my sheets out, I can't have my bed. Well, you can have your bed not have sheets for it. But it starts to create these systems and rhythms that are a forcing function for the discipline you actually want to have.
Exactly.
Okay, so one of the costs you incurred in sending your laundry out was getting a second pair of sheets for probably your bed and your son's bed?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. And then they come back in and they're all washed, dried, folded. Shout out to anybody local in Indianapolis, or not Indianapolis, I guess North Side, but Laundry Valet. Courtney is incredible. Everything is wrapped in like saran wrap and labeled. And, in my sheets, she just gets it. She's a mom. And she puts a dryer sheet in there. So it's like,
that it smells good.
Yes. So when I go to flip them out the next week, I'm like, oh, they smell so good. Because who doesn't love fresh, clean sheets that just smell good?
They smell like the dryer.
Yeah.
My advice is don't do your laundry. And there's a lot of different ways to get that done. And you're using a local company, Courtney, who owns it. She started it maybe like a year and a half ago, called the Laundry Valet. And that's like someone local. It's very consistent, at least for right now, until she grows. And you have a relationship with her. You can text her, right?
Oh, she's great. She actually, a couple of weeks ago, she completely saved me. Again, I look at my laundry basket. I don't even think about it.
Yep.
Sunday, threw everything in. Well, here comes Tuesday. My son had a baseball game and I'm like, oh my gosh, where's the uniform?
Yeah.
So I text her. I'm like, is there a shop that I can come pick this up? And she's like, oh yeah, you can just run. And like my dad picked it up. Now I think my dad and her husband are like best friends. It's like, it's a whole thing. But yeah, and so she saved the day and we got his uniform. So I mean, she's great. And it's a 48-hour turnaround. So she's, and most of the services, again, nationwide, they're about that speed.
24 to 48 hours. Yep.
And it's amazing. It's just, and I love knowing I'm supporting, a local mom, that has a background in, I think she did commercial laundering before.
Yeah. So I think she worked for Cintas or something like that.
Yeah. Yep. So it's great. And she's been really awesome. And again, it's so funny. So somebody I've never met, I feel like she's one of my great friends. I'm like, oh my gosh, you bring me so much happiness. And just knowing that basket's empty.
Totally. So when your laundry comes back, what's your rhythm for getting it all put away? Is that like random? Is that systematized? How do you think about doing that?
Okay, so I'm working on this one to my husband, Jeremy, close your ears. So it's funny because like when you go on a trip, I'm the person I start packing, figuring out what I'm going to wear. I end up throwing it all together last minute. But let me tell you what, that unpack, that can take like a week, 2 weeks. Like I'm just not, I don't know. It's that post-vacation. Kind of the same thing with the laundry. Some people, would put it away the second it comes back. I'm trying to get better at that. Again, it's the same thing even when you do your laundry. You may wash it and it just kind of hangs out in the dryer. But I'm working very diligently on with like the 24 hours putting it all away. And I know she also just started offering a service, an upgrade service to put everything on hangers. So that's another really cool option. If you have a service, if you're close, just see if they have any of those upgrade services. So it's amazing.
Does it bother you to see the stuff out or not really? You're like, it doesn't bug me.
I think I know it's clean, so it's kind of like,
it doesn't bother you.
After the party having the balloons up, I'm like, hey, look, it's done.
Yeah, I don't think it, I think it's what bugs you. If it doesn't bug you, then I feel like do however you want to do. I don't like stuff. And so when our laundry comes back, when we send it out, I put it all out on the island, and that's sort of like Von Trapp family style, where it's like I kind of essentially blow a whistle and it's like everybody's got 10 minutes to put away.
Yep.
Because when it's time bound, it actually takes a very short amount of time to do it, but it feels big. Your head for some reason adds complexity to it instead of being like, okay, I'm always better in the morning. Like if your stuff comes back on Wednesday, it's like Thursday morning, I'm just going to get up 10 minutes earlier, put everything away, and it's just done. And that's how it goes, or not.
Yeah. I mean, I would say I try to do within like that first day. But again, I'm also practicing my minimums, you know, whenever
totally
my husband's gone, or, you know, if I have a baseball game, you know, or whatever I have going on, you know, I try to, because obviously if it sits around, it may get a little bit more wrinkled.
Yeah.
But yeah, I try to do it quickly, but it doesn't bother me. Now, my husband, he wants his done right away. So sometimes it'll just be like my pile for a day. But yeah, we're good.
Was it hard to get him on board with trying this?
So it was so funny. His concern was, what if we lose a sock? For the love, a sock. Yeah. Like, I will sign you up for a sock, like, membership. I'll just have them shipped to you all the time. Like, he was worried about losing a sock. I'm like, how many socks have our dryer eaten? Or a dog, you know? But that was his concern, if we would lose a sock. And I'm like, okay, it'll be fine. And at first, I didn't send some of my nicer things, like things that you know, they always say your athletic gear, you know, hang that to dry. But I've sent it and I've had no issues. So it was kind of one of those weeks, you know, the first couple of weeks, I'm like, oh, I'm going to take care of it. I'm just going to send these things. That way, you know, if it gets screwed up. But then it's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And it's the best thing ever. You know, I have a couple like nicer items that I'll still have dry cleaned and whatnot. Yeah. But I mean, it all just goes in the bag.
Well, I think that's smart. Any new like laundry relationship, because your stuff, you do care about it. Yeah. You do want it to be taken care of, and to like test it with stuff that is not your favorite silk shirt maybe, or something that you bought in Italy, you know, on your honeymoon. I think that's smart to test it with some loads that you're like, if this, you know, if the washing machine washes it, that's fine. So we've got a local service like the Laundry Valet, which is an awesome option. We have Poplin, which is a nationwide service, and they're trained, but it is very much more like, and you can favorite your Laundry Pro just like you do your Instacart driver. But it's more like a network of laundry pros. Yeah. That's how Poplin is. And then almost all dry cleaners also have a laundry service, which I think is a great option if you're like, I just don't want people coming to my house. I don't want people to know where I live. I want to like kind of go drop it off and pick up. Although a lot of the dry cleaners also have pickup and delivery services. I have yet to have good luck with a laundromat doing my laundry. The times I have tried it, it has come back just like super crunchy. Ew. And like just not folded in a way that feels as highly cared for as I'd like. Like I know Courtney does for you, or when Poplin, when they do mine, it's like literally these people are professionals at laundry. Yeah. Like, are they better or worse at folding than you are?
Oh, she's so much better. It's funny. I actually wonder, like, does she have some like European machine that like folds all these? Because they are so perfectly folded. You know, back in my day, in college days, I worked retail. I'll never forget. We worked at the Limited and we had to fold sweaters. Whoever thought folding sweaters, yes, for a table is the worst idea, but you always get that board out. So I don't know what board she has, but it's the best. Everything is perfectly, and it's funny. I've even kind of adjusted like my drawer organization to match her folds. And again, it sounds so silly, but I mean, it's like these little puzzle pieces that all come together.
Totally. And everything looks better in your drawer. And so you wear more of your things and it like looks more appealing. And I think it's like all part of feeling like I am working super hard for this life. And there's like these little treat moments in my day.
It's so funny. So you mentioned treat. So again, going back, like I thought this was like a rich people thing. Like I always, I heard you talk about it. That's not something I can do. I don't even notice it in my budget. I don't
know if we've said what it costs. How much do you pay a week?
So I pay $35 a week. And yeah, it's crazy. I don't notice it. In my head, even once I found out, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to be, this or dinner. I mean, kidding, but same thing. Yeah. And again, not going to avoid, like things are more expensive now, but I don't notice it at all. And I think the mental clarity and just like endorphins that I get from knowing that I don't have to babysit the washer and dryer. Now, again, there's certain things that I still do.
It's
like I do my towels.
Never touch it. Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. Towels are easy to fold. Like moms unite. We can all be excited when we get to the dryer, when we know there's been something in it and we find out it's towels. It's like, yes, it's like so this moment of euphoria. It's like, oh, it's only towels. It's not 4,000 little socks to match. But no, it's the same thing, you know? So, I can handle the one-offs and, the baseball uniform. I do handle that one now because that was pretty scary. But, it's incredible. And I think she does better. I know she does laundry better than my husband. He tries. I appreciate that. Your whole 80-20, I get that. But it's great. And I can't even describe the mental aspect of it because yes, there's the physical and the time, but it makes me like have so much clarity. Like for me, I'm very like task driven and I always have a to-do list and I've already rubbed off on my son, but knowing that that's already checked off, like it's just a huge, just mental, just to have that already done on my list.
Well, I think that's a huge part of it, but also I know you said you've been doing this for about 3 months and you just got a fairly significant promotion and raise.
Yes.
Is that fair?
Yes.
So I also think one of the things we need to think about as women, but I think also just as couples is like, as we're earning more, what if we took 2% of that, 1% of that and put it towards things that give us our time back instead of just putting it towards things that is accumulating stuff, which like the stuff takes both our time and money a lot of times. Like everything I own, I have to maintain, I have to store it, I have to take care of it, I have to do all this. And it's taking my time and my money. But when I have like support with a service like this, it's like it's taking my money, but it's giving me time.
Oh yeah,
and
it's
so
incredible.
I think I'm not saying that's why you haven't felt it in your budget, but it's timed at a time where you and your husband are at places where you have some pretty significant opportunities in your career, and giving yourself that time for each other and for your son and to lean into these new positions at work, I think is also like well timed what you guys are doing.
And the same thing, like you're talking about, like budget, you get something changes with you financially and, you'll adjust your 401k. Like this is kind of like my mental 401k, and I never really thought about that until just now. But, I'm investing towards my future and my retirement. Well, I need to invest in my now as well, and that's a very small fee. And it just has such just amazing outcome and effects and just, it's crazy. Like today actually ended up being my pickup day. And again, like carrying that bag down, it's the best. I just set it on the porch and I get a text saying that it's been picked up and it's, having a crazy busy weekend, I was able to enjoy it. I didn't feel like I had to get home. My husband and I were away for the weekend for work and, I got home and it wasn't like, oh, honey, hi, I see you, to our child. We were able to spend some time with him. What do you want to do? Let's go outside and play. Because if not, I would have been glued to the washer and dryer. And again, my husband is amazing and supportive, but again, it's the same thing. Getting that time back it's priceless because, it's the mom guilt, the summer and having, being a working mom and really finding the ways to make the most of that time because you don't get the time back and it's going faster and faster. So, while he still wants me to be around and involved in the snuggles or the games or the puzzles or coloring, I don't have to tell him, oh, honey, I have to go flip the laundry. No, I don't have to worry about it. And that's priceless to me.
What if people say to you, like, what if your son doesn't know how to do the laundry because you're sending it out?
Oh, don't worry. I will teach him. There's still going to be towels.
There's still going to be towels.
There's still towels. But no, he also eats like a 6-year-old boy. So we are constantly having to do some spot treatments here and there.
Yeah.
But no, he loves being involved and helping. Yeah. So, but no, don't worry. To his future wife, I will teach him that. I promise you.
And that's what I say is, they don't have to do every load of laundry in their life to know how to do a load of laundry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I want him to, to be the kid when he goes away to college that all the girls are like, he knows how to do laundry. Yes, he does. So he cleans baseboards, he mops. Yeah, that's usually his punishment. Like when he tells me he's bored and I'm like, I've got baseboards, honey. And he's like, okay, I'll find something.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to do a commercial for Courtney and the Laundry Valet?
Yes. So here again, if you're on the north side of Indianapolis, the Laundry Valet, she is doing a coupon code for anybody who wants to try it out. Her code is Life of And, one word, and that will give you $10 off your first service. So show notes is where we'll put it. We'll get all of her info there.
And if you're Googling it, and there's a few Laundry Valets in the nation, so just put Laundry Valet, like Zionsville, Carmel, and we'll get that to you. But we'll put it in show notes so that people can take a look. And also, if you're not in Indianapolis and you're wanting to figure out how to outsource your laundry, or you're in Indy and not on the north side, Poplin is also an awesome option, and we can put the code Tiffany15. We'll drop that also in show notes. All great options. Like there's literally the perfect option is the one that works for you and your family. It's not that I don't like they're all awesome and we need all of them because 100% of professional women need to stop doing your laundry unless it gives you joy.
Yeah.
But it does not give me joy.
It does not. It doesn't, no joy is given at all. My joy comes from having that basket go, it's like a magic trick. You know, just goes from full to empty. And then it's clean and it's amazing. I love it. Oh my gosh. Please do it. I'm telling you, try it once. You know, maybe skip a couple Starbucks throughout the week or a fancy coffee, or, you know, when you go to dinner, just maybe skip an app once or twice. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's findable money. $35 a week is findable money in most of our budgets. Yeah,
it is. Especially with a code, so you can get a little discount for the first time, but you'll be going back. So it's the best.
Well, thanks for being courageous enough to try it the first time, Caitlin, because I was like, just try it.
I know.
And I'm so glad that it's giving you time back for the real things that life really, really matters.
Oh, yeah. And I think it's funny you say that because I think you had sent the code and I mean, I could pull it up. I think it probably took me like 4 weeks to actually try it. Again, it was crazy. It's that whole letting go, you know, control freak thing. But oh my gosh, it's the best thing I ever did.
Well, this is why I have you on, because I tell people just try it.
Yes.
And I think people do think it's something that I can access that they can't. And it's like, no, like literally anybody can pay for this. If you get your nails done, skip that for 2 months and try it. If you buy Starbucks every day, skip that. Like, yeah, have a glass of wine before you go to dinner and don't buy the $15 glass of wine at dinner. Like, I know those are also simple joys in life, but just try the exchange. Try the exchange and see if you stick with it.
It's amazing. Thank you. You changed me. I love it. It's the best thing I did.
Awesome. Thanks for listening to The Life of Anne. This is your weekly reminder to keep making bold choices, saying clear yeses, and holding space for what matters most. As always, if you like this episode, I'd love for you to drop a review and share it with your friend. It's the fastest way that we can grow the show. Thanks for joining us. I'll see you next time.